I know, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was, I think, 3 days without uploading. Um, I'm not the one to make excuses. Like, I don't like making excuses because if you make excuses, it's like, it doesn't help the situation. But my brother called me on Monday and he said, we got a new baby. Um, and as you know, I'm from the Netherlands, but I live in Norway. So um, I actually had a meeting, a business meeting that was coming up on Tuesday, which I was thinking of going to, but I was like, no, that's not worth it to go to fly all the way because it was in person. So I was just gonna join on Zoom, but then he called and it's like, well, that's meant to be. So then I booked a flight on Monday evening, and I just slept over at the airport. I made this in another video. I realized because the video was in the airport, but just going over the whole story again. Slept over, and then I went to the meeting right away on Tuesday after arriving in Netherlands. Straight from there home to the hotel. Slept right away. Woke up, and then straight from there to the hospital to my brother to check the baby out, which was super nice. Very nice to see them and the family and the baby. But yeah, so that's a little bit explaining why there's no uploads. I don't want to say this is like excusable. I should have prepared. I didn't really know this was going to happen because the baby was 2 weeks early. But I could have prepared and scheduled some videos for these few days. But yeah, I didn't do it. I'm not gonna think too long about it. Like I feel it's a reasonable excuse not to upload, especially because I was traveling and I even tried to upload a few in the airport. But yeah, there's just so much happening. But yeah, what I want to go over is branding, because also I think I maybe might have told it on the meeting on the video before, but the meeting I had on Tuesday was actually all about branding. It was a guy who's built 4 brands. He is going to help us build our brand. So what our brand is going to be, our product is going to be Lion Mane, um, like focus. I would say nutrition. We're not sure in what. Well, it doesn't matter nutrition. In what form we're gonna do it, but we're thinking about pills or powder. And like we have the product, we have the manufacturer and everything, but yeah, it's more all about doing a good launch, doing a good product research, finding our target audience, and we've done a lot. But yeah, that guy has just been through the process 4 or 5 times, and we want to learn from that and hopefully tap into his network and all that. So it's gonna be interesting. And I kind of want to go over like what is a brand, because I watched a lot of videos myself, even trying to learn it. I had marketing. I literally had the course branding in school, but again, not that I learned so much from that. But when I watched the video, I think what's his name? I don't know. The future, like not future, but future without e. Let's see, designer good, and he put a very nice, or had an interview with a guy, and the guy was talking like what branding is for him in his opinion, and he talks about that branding is when a person, like maybe let's say customer, but also person, hears your name or like hears the brand, like what's the first feeling or thought they have with that. um, so obviously like Louis Vuitton, the first feeling is like fancy, expensive, high end. um, yeah, and I would say Coke is like, happiness, because that's literally what they do. um, I don't know, I want to go over too many examples because I'm pretty bad at finding examples now, but let's say Apple, the first thing is like good, good software, good hardware, like class, biggest company in the world. But yeah, like, because I feel it's very hard to kind of put a definition on brand, but that's from my point of view. And especially while building a brand, that's what I want to keep in mind. That I want to communicate to the people certain messages, images, that when they think about the brand, that's the first thought. I want to be able not to control, but to influence that. A second brand we're starting now, me and my partner, I talked about it, is the sun care, and it's all natural. So there, I feel branding is going to be a big player. So let's say the first feeling when people think about our brand, it's probably going to be called natural, literally natural dot. is, let's say, um, natural, literally the name. But that's what I kind of the first thing I want them to think about. Okay, this is natural, not necessarily organic, but I think it's organic. I have to double check about that. But yeah, I want to them when they hear or see the brand, that's the first thing they think about. Literally, it's a name. That's why I think the name is so strong. Um, and then like a big point of it is, okay, we're gonna focus on, for example, beach cleanups. It's the product itself is reef safe, like, and all these things. When people think about our brand, that's the I want them to think about. Obviously, it being sunblock and it helps to block the sun, but in a way that almost not the main point. Like, it's just we provide a product because we're going to provide more products, and we keep everything safe. We think about the nature, and that's very for my for like in my mind the branding part. That's that's what I want to think about and remember while building the brand, because there's a lot of things in marketing you can do, like unlimited. But I feel especially with branding, like after a while, it takes so much effort. But I feel after a while, when you build up a brand, like it kind of works for you, and that's very nice. Like I would say, marketing and ads, you have to pay every time. You can also put it down and forget about it, and it kind of works for you. But it's not the same. Because I would say, let's say Supreme is a pretty good example. I'd say that that brand does the work for it. Like they just have to drop special drops, and there the product itself is not special. It's just the branding. Um, and that's like I never really wanted brand to kind of to build a good brand to charge higher than kind of that's what people say with Supreme. Like just dropping on a logo, it makes the value go up by 10. And that's a very nice thing because then your margins are not much higher. But I feel it's nice to kind of build a brand just because for the sake of like having like a community and a audience that kind of resonates with you. That's what I think is very interesting. And the Lion's main nutrition is called can write it gamer gains GG. And here we kind of want to tap into the two markets, gamers and also fitness people. So that kind of our product will kind of focus on that. And like by doing good branding, I don't want to charge double of what other people charge, but by branding, I just want to like communicate with them and then kind of want to build a community. Like I hope we can build a Discord server with a lot of people in there, and I hope we can like host tournaments and hope we can host fitness tournaments, and all of that kind of goes into the brand of things. And that I think is so interesting. And I was, yeah, when I'm a partner with the whole coaching thing, we we kind of decided to stop with it because dealing people and literally like I told this in one of the first videos, like waking up wanting to work. Now that we do the sunblock thing, man, we are having fun. Like I want to have meetings with them and just brainstorm and go crazy on it. So it's very nice to see. And uh, like I didn't go into drop shipping, but I really want to go into e-commerce, and maybe I had to wait a few years, meant to be. I mean, I'm a Christian, so I literally, when I say God's plan, I literally believe in that, and I pray for that. I just don't say that, but yeah, God's plan, because maybe that I had to wait till kind of drop shipping died, so I can go straight into building a brand. Because everyone's kind of saying like the classic drop shipping is that, but like e-commerce obviously not that. So now like what it takes to succeed is just building an actual brand and something good, and not like something sketchy and fake looking. So yeah, this was my little nuggets. I'm hopefully going to be able to schedule some videos in, so when I travel next time on Monday, I can just not think too much about it, and I know a video is going to come out. So yeah, we're back, baby.